The call came just after 5 a.m., before the sky even considered turning blue. My cell phone buzzed across the nightstand, the vibration sharp enough to slice through my half-sleep. "Mrs. Cole?" The voice was careful. Too careful. "This is Mark, the manager at Riverwood Hotel. I think you need to come down here." I sat up slowly, bracing myself for something I didn't yet understand. "What's wrong?" He hesitated. "Your husband, Daniel Cole, checked in yesterday. Under your name. With a young woman." I stared at the wall, letting the words drop heavily, one by one. "That's impossible," I whispered. "He told me he was watching our grandkids last night." A breath on the other end, shaky, apologetic. "Ma'am, your son asked me not to call you. But you need to see this for yourself. Until it gets worse." I didn't argue. Didn't cry. Didn't ask questions. I simply stood up and got dressed in silence. Nothing in my closet could have prepared me for what I was about to see. Or what I had already decided long before the phone ever rang. Because Daniel's betrayal didn't happen overnight. It grew slowly, quietly, like mold behind wallpaper. The kind that only shows its true shape when the wall finally collapses. I remember the first time I met him. The crooked smile, the easy charm, the way he took my hand like he'd been waiting for it. He made ordinary days feel cinematic. He made me believe in forever. And I believed him. God, I believed him. But forever, it turned out, had an expiration date. The shift began years later. Small things at first. Late-night work emergencies. Restaurant receipts that didn't match his stories. Shifts in his tone. Too sweet, too careful, like someone trying to hide a bruise. I didn't panic. I didn't accuse. I cataloged. Every call. Every lie. Every disappearing hour he couldn't explain. Then one night his phone lit up on the counter. A message preview, room 412. Same plan. Don't use your name. I didn't scream. I didn't break the phone. I simply memorized the details and began preparing the quietest storm he'd ever see. Because if Daniel wanted to rewrite our marriage, I was ready to rewrite his entire foundation. I documented everything, dates, transactions, hidden accounts he thought I'd never find. I contacted a lawyer, one I trusted more than I ever trusted Daniel. I collected statements, screenshots, financial trails, and names of people who had witnessed his business meetings that never involved business. It wasn't revenge I wanted. It was balance. And balance always comes due. When I arrived at Riverwood Hotel, the morning air stung against my cheeks, sharp, metallic, foreboding. Mark met me at the door, sympathy heavy in his eyes. "He's in room 503, he said gently. "Do you want security?" "No," I answered. "I don't need protection." The hallway felt longer than it was, each step measured, each breath steady. The door was cracked open, just enough to see him inside. Daniel turned. Surprise flickered across his face, followed by something uglier, annoyance. "Madison? What are you?" He paused, smirking, adjusting the shirt he'd hurriedly thrown on. "That dramatic hotel manager called you, huh? Look, whatever you think. We need to talk," I said. He laughed. Actually laughed. Like he'd gotten away with this for so long he believed he was invincible. I slipped a folder from my bag and placed it on the table. Then another. And another. Each one landed with a dull, heavy thud. His smirk faded. "What is this?" he muttered. "Your life," I said, "accurately documented." He reached for a file. His eyes scanned the pages. Bank statements, transfers, proof of the fake consulting firm he used to hide money. Screenshots of messages. Hotel logs. Witness statements. Piece by piece, his confidence crumbled. You don't understand," he stammered. "No, Daniel. You don't understand." I leaned forward. I didn't come here for an explanation. I already know everything. His hand shook as he dropped the papers. "What about the woman?" he asked finally, voice thin. "Irrelevant," I said. "She was a symptom, not the disease." He sank into the chair, eyes hollowing out. He looked smaller than I'd ever seen him, not the man who once swept me off my feet, but the man who had slowly, methodically tried to break me. And failed. Daniel, I said calmly, by the time you get home, the accounts will be frozen. The lawyer will have filed the preliminary papers. Your business partners have been informed. And your children, our children, will know the truth. He opened his mouth, but I raised a hand. I don't need your apology. I don't need your excuses. I gave you my loyalty.